Everybody, thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Tell a friend, tell somebody, and by all means, let me know down below that you're here. Why am I so yellow? I don't got jaundice. Oh, sunlight. Okay, so I hope everybody doing well, doing swell. By all means, striving to survive and surviving to strive. Okay. So I think that's my sewing machine in the back and my yoga mat, but it's okay. So like I said, I hope everyone is doing well. Had a great 4th of July weekend. Had a great week. Yeah. So I don't really have any church announcements. If I have church announcements, they are down below. I will tell you one that is coming up that is in the Patreon community. That's all down below to let you know when book club starts up. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, as well as any other church announcements, like I said, that I have missed. If you're in North Carolina, if you're in Guilford County, we all know what those cities are. I do have a couple of different things coming up as far as the new school year to fundraise for the new school year, and as well as allow parents to be part of the change as well. So all of that information is down below. Again, for the third time, for the people in the cheap seats in the back, it's fine. We all got a budget. I hope you're doing well too. So get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you're sipping on. Don't mind my cup, mind yours. And let's go ahead and get into this tea talk. Now, y'all real up and close right now because this is a tea talk that we have to have in order for me to make sense of the one that's following behind it. So this isn't a doubt fire, but this is a tea talk for ones who are like myself in the 6th month of, or excuse me, the 7th month of 2023, that's actually out here getting things done. Round of applause for you. Sometimes the best things that are done are not done in public, they're done behind the scenes. It's not wrong with a back office as long as you know what to do with your back office, okay? So by all means, go ahead and scoot up, get whatever it is that you're sipping on. It's a Saturday, I'm not judging you. Let's go ahead and get into this tea talk. Now, this tea talk that I am referencing comes from no more than my sponsored real life. And in between me learning about all these things, I don't want to have to worry about my chapped lips. So we're going to go ahead and get this taken care of. Because, you know what I'm saying, when you get on camera, it feels like your lips stretch. Especially when you don't really talk to people in real life. But it's cool. Alright, so we need to have this tea talk, okay? We need to have this tea talk where we not revisit things, but you know what? It's a checkpoint. It's definitely a checkpoint. Especially when it comes to you trying to elevate, when it comes to you trying to do different. And a lot of times when we try to do different, we realize we do better, right? So when we do better, we know more. And with knowing more, we really shouldn't be insecure about what comes thereafter. I know I'm using a lot of legal terms. It's fine. A lot of arbitration words. It's fine. No one's going to court in real life. But in the spiritual realm, we all have those words somewhere here and therefore thereafter, you name it. It is what it is. But what I want to talk about with those certain words in mind are just like the words of like your vows, right? You were to want to go ahead and stretch yourself out early, get gray hair, and worry about what you don't understand, not read how women are for Venus and men are for Mars, whatever the solar system book is. We come to a point, even without going to those extremes, because it is, we need to talk about something on a personal level. We need to talk about something that deals with us growing up, but not willing to keep up with what isn't working. That's the best way I could put it without using too many context clues. But you know, when you have those moments in life where it's just kind of like, oh goodness, you are so ready for this chapter to close. You are so ready for things to just be different. You know, it's like you went through, you know, the spiritual brim of having to deal with just energies and vibes. That's what we talked about the first 2 years of being on this channel. And now we need to actually start talking about how in the physical brim of it, the spiritual also aligns, the mental also aligns. And say for instance, there really isn't, for instance, y'all have seen me grow on this channel, right? So make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. But when it comes to a point, time, and place where you're just like at this plateau, and it gets to a point in time, right? Not a point in place, a point in time, where you're just like, not so much you don't feel anything, you are neutral, you want to feel more. There's no buts in that, correct? So in order to get to the next level, what is it that we have to do to be able to see it, to oversee it, to see it happening, to do more than, like I had told a friend one time, it's just like, you know, you being around a bunch of people that you know work 40 hours plus, and you do nothing but watch 40 hours plus in movies, and you realize like the difference between wishing and getting it done is not also the work, but it's the vow to get it out the way. All right, however you treat it, however you feel about it, however damn it is you decide to deal with the result of having it, there comes to a point before all of that comes into place. Not only do you have it on a vision board, but you also have it in your mind. That's why your feet work. We need to talk about the vow. We need to talk about the vow that we take when we decide to make moves, not breach the contracts of making it happen. You feel me? Now, there's a difference, you know, you go up to whatever company you want it to be and you say, hey, I need your services, I need your products, whatever the case may be. I really don't care. But whatever the case may be, right? And so happens you don't do right on your end. They have a liability to come back with a consequence towards you. It only took consideration for you to sign the contract. It only took consideration for you to make that decision. But once that decision is made, once that contract is signed, now you got to make sure that you hold up to your end, right? So anytime we make goals, anytime we have aspirations, anytime that we feel like we foresee things coming that not we earned, we're going to start talking about what we deserve. Even what we deserve takes practice, and even what we deserve takes a vow. In order to get it, what you're wanting to get has to receive the energy of you wanting it. Rewind that back 10 seconds, because I'm not about to sit here and say that twice. That's not one of those things we say twice. But just like anything you put on a shelf, there really is no but. Anything you put on a shelf, anything that you put in a picture frame, it has some type of commitment to it in order for you to achieve it, correct? So unless you're just living off an impulse altogether and you need to seek professional counseling for that, you put something in place to make it so that you know what the objective was as to what you're committing to. You want a car, you go to work. You work hard until you get the car. Then once you get the car, you drive it, you shine it up, A, B, C, D, F, G, all the way to Z. That's what you do. It took a vow to get there. It took a vow to get there. Just like if it so happens you want to buy a house, okay? You know what that entails. You know what that details. You know what that needs for you to plan out, to get done, to get shit done. So in a queen and king mentality, in an empress and her mentality, you're going to work hard. Like, look, not every day great, but shit, at least you got the weekends. So with that being said, knowing what you're going towards, you're not about to complain and let up. Didn't I take a vow? I'm just saying. We always vow to love and to cherish until we discover better. It's always great when we hit this, we hit that turning point until we actually learn that that turning point could also be a plateau if we don't play our cards right. Now, down in my church announcements, we do have the Dream Academy that is coming up for open orientation. All right, for the ones that are interested in building businesses. Okay, I've been around for more than a decade, believe it or not, and I've built multiple businesses that I still have, that are still earning an income, a passive income, a residual income to this day, and furthermore, knock on wood in the name of Jesus. It still took a vow for that to happen. Just like you have a moments when you at work when you literally about to grab a Newport and start smacking somebody, and you just like, you know what, tomorrow gonna be a better day, the next hour's gonna be a better hour. That takes a vow. Anytime, like myself, anytime I have to go out and venture out and travel and do what I need to do and do business and do master classes and just put myself out there to do my counseling, so on and so forth, I have to understand that though time may seem slow while I'm at work, it's because I need to pay attention. But once I pay attention and get it out the way, it is what it is. The rest of the time is my time. That all takes a vow. That takes a vow for you being attentive. That takes a vow for you accepting your purpose, and then it also takes a vow for you being excited for what comes thereafter, which leads me into the next thing. A lot of times we feel as tea talkers a plateau is a place to get comfortable until something comes in and knocks us tea talkers off our rocker, off our swivel, and now we got to think, are we really just sitting here wanting to like discover better? Or is it more detrimental for us to move on and realize that your whole being moves on? So these constant vows actually makes a difference. I mean, we not in the 1950s no more. So not everyone is really, out for the family. Everybody these days is a 305 girl, 405 girl, 343 girl. I don't care what it is. But you got your mentality. You have a mentality. And in order to reach a higher level, you have to think outside of what you're used to. You know what I'm saying? Scheming carries charges. So now we actually got to think with some common sense these days. And a lot of times what we want has been so easily accessible where we either play the part or influence others to follow along. We fall short. This is where we experience that plateau. Because once you experience that plateau and you're so used to always bringing people up or making it seem like your traction is worth you actually going out and buying a Ford Bronco for it, now your tread didn't run a little light, can't fit a dime in it, and now all of a sudden you don't know where you at, you don't know what you're doing, and now you feel like life is work versus or work is life versus life is work. You know what I'm saying? So the vows of you actually being stuck takes a commitment as well. When you're comfortable, that takes a commitment. Oh, I don't have to do anything. Everything good to go. The only thing that needs to change is the seasons. But little do you know, everything is changing but the seasons every day, heifer. You got to do something different in order to experience something new. And that's where the vows also come in, when I feel it's time for you to just experience new things. Like it's okay. It's okay. You play your cards right. You know what you're supposed to do in the human form, in the physical form. Don't worry about everything else. Everything else, as long as you are on the right path, nothing is going to disrupt or cause a thunderstorm. Think of it like that. You dig? So I want to also bring this to you. When you want something so much you promise it to yourself, that is a vow. Like I said from the beginning, if so happens you want a new car, a new home, it's all up to you. It's all up to your word as far as what I'm saying. It's all up to your word. When you decide your word is bond to get you in the place, mindset, and traction of trying to attract things to you, you're good. That's why it's so important for you to always know where you want to be and the people that you should be around in order to get there. It's not an easy road. No. Take it from me. It's not an easy road. Every time that you decide to elevate, it's definitely not an easy road. But a wise person did once say, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You know, allow yourself that day or two to just like be in the weeds with what's going on. Prayfully on a Saturday and Sunday. That way, when you wake up on Monday and you deal with it through Friday, at least you know with a clear mind and some type of rest, you're able to know what will be proactive and what will be reactive. At the very least, you will know what will not be beneficial for you, vinegar, and what would be beneficial for your bees, being honey. You know what I'm saying? So just understand, going into like this new week, we got a couple of months left in 2023. We need to make sure that the vows of what we say, we are honoring them as tea talkers. If you say you're not gonna deal with no bull, no bull or no BS, don't deal with it. If you can't make sense out of what they say, regardless of what they say to you, and then you listen to what they trying to feed you, it's okay. It's okay, because the vow to yourself, more importantly, is to grow, not to be stupid. And a part B to you actually having a vow to yourself of evolution is for you not to fall and backslide to the same old things. The old is what we're used to. We're trying to get more connected to what's coming up. The best way to get rooted in that is to already know where your confidence is. It's definitely not in man. But if you want to talk your spirit and whoever it is that leads you the right way, we can have all the tea talk down below in the comments. So you tell me, for the rest of this year of 2023, you let me know, what is it that you're trying to do as far as your vow to yourself? Is that to eat healthy? Is that to work out? Is that to just, not be around people who are crab minded? I do have a video about that and then some. So you just let me know, okay? So by all means, I hope that you leave it down below, like, share, and comment, subscribe, and as well as share and tell someone else. And I will talk to y'all on the next Tea Talk. Bye.